All right, hello. My name is Crystal Grant. I know maybe a lot of online participants don't know who I am. I've been a Zoomers leader now for a couple of years. I guess it's almost 3 years now. So I just want to welcome you. This is Zoomers on the Go program. It's a fall prevention program and it's 12 weeks in length. So you'll be with me for 12 weeks. Make sure that you sip water. You have water nearby. We will be using a band and a ball and a sturdy chair. Make sure you have a sturdy chair. Definitely that is a must. But if you don't have a band and ball, that's okay. You just do the moves without the band and ball. But if you don't have a ball, I always say you can use a pillow. That will work. All right, so make sure you have your water. On a scale from 1 to 10, 1 being you're in bed, relaxing, 10 being you're full out and you can't do any more, try to work between a 4 and a 7 range. And if you get any higher than that, if you're feeling out of breath, just slow things down, bring your arms down below your heart, and just make the movement smaller. But try not to stop altogether if you can help it. And I always encourage you to use your chair whenever you need to. So if you need it for balance at any time, even while we're doing the warm-up, go ahead and use that. First, we're going to just talk about power posture. So stand with your feet hip width apart, knees slightly bent. I don't have the music very loud, so just turn it up just a little bit. All right, knees slightly bent, so just have your knees soft. We're going to think about our hip area as a bowl, and we're going to just bend one knee and then the other to tip it side to side. So tip that bowl side to side, and now tip it forward and back by kind of arching your back a little bit and pelvic tilt. All right, and then find that position where it just feels like nothing will spill out of the bowl. All right, so that's our neutral position. Now I want you just to think about pulling that belly button just back from your pant leg just a little bit, or your pant waistline just a little bit. That will engage your core. Then we're going to create some space between the top of our hip bone and the bottom of our rib cage. So just stand up nice and tall. Just roll your shoulders back a few times here. Take some nice deep breaths in and out. And one more time, lift up and drop down. Good. Put your finger to your lips. And then I'm just going to get you to pull your head back away from that finger about 2 inches or so. And then bring it back forward about 10% of that. And that kind of lines up everything. And we're going to start with a march here. Good. Just march it out. And you can always come back to a march whenever you need to. All right. We're going to start with those toe taps forward in 4, 3, 2, and 1. So just tap the floor in front of you. And if you're holding on to that chair, you can have your chair in front of you. You're just moving the legs. And if you want to add in the arms, go ahead. We'll just bring those arms forward with the feet. Good. Nice deep breath in and out. We're going to take our feet left and right out to the side. Next. In 4, 3, 2, and 1. Out to the side, left and right here. Good. Keep on breathing. Never hold your breath. Make sure you're always breathing in and out. Good. All right, we're going to tap our legs or tap to the back. Touch the floor behind us. In 4, 3, 2, and 1. Just tap the floor behind you here. Left and right. Tap, tap. Arms are following suit. Just tapping or moving behind us as well. Good. Keep on breathing. Sounds like my music stopped altogether. Oh, no, it didn't. That's good. All right, we're going to take it back to a march here. 4, 3, 2, and 1, and march. Good. All right, let's bring our feet out a little bit wider than our hips, if you can. And we're just going to do some taps left and right. In 4, 3, 2, and 1. So just tap and tap. You're just kind of shifting your weight from one foot to the other, tapping, and then if you're going to add in the arms, you're just punching across. Across the body. Keep your core engaged here. belly button pulled back toward that spine. Keep on breathing. Good. All right, hamstring curls are next in 4, 3, 2, 1. So that heel is coming toward our butt here. So knees are still under my hips. And the heels are coming out toward my butt. And if you want to add in the arms, upright rows with those arms. Good. This is what it looks like from the side or the front. 360 degrees. All right, we're going to bring those knees up in front for knee lifts. In 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knee lifts. Oops. Didn't quite get on that beat. Good. Hopefully you're starting to warm up the body here. If you want to bring the arms up a little higher, if that's comfortable. If not, you can just keep the arms down low. Perfectly fine. Keep on breathing, in and out. Good job. All right, going to take it back to a march. In 4, 3, 2, and 1, and march. I'm going to grab a sip of water. You're welcome to 2. Good. All right, we're going to do some side steps, left and right, in 4, 3, 2, and 1. So just take a side step or step to the side, left and right. Elbows are coming into my rib cage. And if you're holding that chair, perfectly fine. Just moving left and right now, laterally. We get that side body warmed up. Good. All right, we're going to add in double. So we're going to take 2 steps to the right, then 2 steps to the left. In 4, 3, 2, and 1. 2 steps this way. Then 2 steps this way. And then we can pull ourselves along an imaginary rope. Really squeeze that upper back as you're pulling. Good. Keep on breathing. Let's try 4 more. 4, and 3, and 2. Last one. And march again. March. Good job. All right, keep on marching here. We're going to try those forward taps again on the floor. Or if you're comfortable, you can add a little kick. Just raise your foot up above the floor a little bit. In 4, 3, 2, and 1. So it's either a tap on the floor, and my arms are staying chest height, just pressing out. Or you can add that kick, just lift that leg just a little bit. If you're comfortable. And if you're not comfortable, you just keep that toe tap on the floor. You can also hold that chair, that's okay. All right, we're going to take these out to the side, left and right, in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Out to the side, so it's either tapping the floor, or you can lift that leg out to the side. Think about the heel leading, like there's a string attached to your heel, pulling your heel out to the side, out to the side. Great job. Keep on breathing. Great. 4, 3, 2, and we'll march again. And march. Great job. All right, let's try some V steps. So it's making a V on the floor. And we're going to walk forward and back. Making a big wide step forward, narrow step back. In 4, 3, 2, and 1. And I'll slow it down here, forward and back. So we're going left, and right. Big wide step going forward, narrow step going back. It's like a V on the floor if you look at your feet, making a V. And then you can speed it up whenever you're ready or not. You keep it half time, whatever feels comfortable. And those arms, you don't have to add them in, or you can. It's up to you. I know, we're just starting. This is just day 1, week 1. And some of you have been with me for a while. All right, 4 more. And 3. And 2. Last one. And we'll march here. We're going to switch that leading leg, so I'm just going to give a little tap. Now I'm going to lead with my right leg. Same step, knee step, big wide step forward, narrow step back in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Wide, wide, narrow, narrow. Right, left, and left. Wide, wide, narrow, narrow. And you can take it up to speed whenever you want. Speed it up, keep it slow, whatever feels good. Keep on breathing here. Sounds like we're at our cool down music, so we'll do a couple more, and then we'll kind of cool down a little bit before we get into our real work. 4 more, and 3, 2, last one, and march. All right, good. We're gonna slow it down here. Just take the feet a little bit slower. Move side to side. You might just want to march. You can walk around your house a little bit. Don't go too far though. Take some nice deep breaths. You can have a sip of water. And you can dance. Take a nice deep breath. So let's just bring our arms up over the head for a nice deep inhale. And then exhale. And you don't have to bring them up over the head if that's not comfortable. Inhale, maybe up to shoulder height. Exhale, good. All right, shoulder rolls here. We're gonna do some backwards, just to see how our mobility is. This is only day 1. And then we'll go forward. Hopefully this mobility will increase as we get a little bit further along in this program. 1 more to the front, and then some wrist circles here. Good, keep on breathing, other direction. And maybe just place those hands out front, and then bend, make your fingers point at the floor, and then at the ceiling. At the floor, at the ceiling. Floor, ceiling, and then play the piano. Wiggle those fingers, make sure they're all working and they're all comfortable. Good, all right. How about touching each finger to your thumb? Back and forth, so you can go back from the pinky all the way to the index, and then the index all the way to the pinky. We'll make this more complicated as we go along. All right, good. Shake it out, and then we're going to get started with some muscle work. So if you have your band ball, I don't know why I have my phone. Oh, I guess I need to change. All right, we're going to do a little bit of work here. So I have a timer. Okay. So we're going to do about 40. I have 6 exercises, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to go through those twice. All right. So we're going to bring this chair closer. And our first exercise, we're just going to be kind of, it's a modified squat. So we're just going to be sitting down into the chair and then standing up. And when you stand back up, you can come to your tippy toes and make a Y if that's comfortable to you. If not, you're just going to sit down into the chair and stand back up. And there's always the option of pushing yourself back up. And if you're not quite able to get down into that chair just yet, just a little mini squat. So you can just take a little mini squat and come back up if that chair is just a little bit just not accessible to you tonight, depending on what you're feeling tonight. So feet hip width apart. Now I'll start my timer here. We're going to do about 40 seconds of work and then 20 seconds of rest. So stand with your feet hip width apart. Make sure your chair is within reach. We're going to sit down into that chair when we hear our beep or whistle. Whistle. All right, here we go. Down into that chair. Stand back up, down into that chair, and if you want to stand and raise up into that Y on the tippy toes, you can go right ahead if that's your level tonight. If not, you're just sitting down into that chair, standing up. And of course, we don't want to stay too long in this chair, so if you can just kind of tap down, stand back up, Tap down, stand back up. Keep on breathing. Keep that core engaged so that belly button's pulled back. And there's always this option to come up into that Y. All right, that's our bell, so we're going to stop there. We're going to grab our band for the next exercise. And you're just going to bring that band at the bottom of your feet. Have your heels down, your toes kind of pointed down. And we're just going to pull that band to our hips, squeeze the shoulder blades, and bring it back to our knees. So our hands are following along our pant line here. Back to your knees, to your hips, squeeze the shoulder blades, and back to your knees. Think about an orange that you're squeezing between your shoulder blades. Maybe we're making some orange juice for breakfast tomorrow. Keep on breathing here. Good. Breathe in and out. Breathe out when it gets hard. And then take a breath in when it's a little bit easier. And rest. All right, next exercise. I'm just going to place that behind. We're just going to, this is going to be a little different. We're going to come to the edge of our chair, and you're just going to raise your leg and give a little lift, just a slight lift, and then bring it back down. Do that for 20 seconds, and then switch legs. All right, so we're in the time, so just one leg comes forward, little lift, back down. Come forward, little lift. Woo, that's tough. And it might not, it can be down here, just a little lift. That's okay, you can keep that leg low, lift. You're really using this quadricep right here. And we're gonna switch legs. Other leg, little lift, come back. Stretch it out, little lift, and back. Straighten, little lift, and back. Really use that quadricep. And rest. Great job. That was a tough one. Calf raises are next. So we're just going to come beside our chair. Feet hip width apart. You're just going to come up onto your tippy toes and down. You can also do this one sitting in a chair if you're not comfortable with standing yet. All right, so we're coming up onto those tippy toes and down. Tippy toes and down. Really think about your ankles here in line with your big toe if you can get it. Try not to go outside on the outside of your pinky toe. Try to stay to your big toe if you can. Up onto those tippy toes and down. Just kind of figuring out these moves for tonight. We do all kinds of different things with these moves. Sometimes we pulse up. Almost there. Bicep curls are next, so you can do this sitting or standing. I'm going to grab our band. I'm going to place either 1 foot or 2 feet in that band. So just step on that band with 1 or 2 feet. Elbows by your sides, and you're just bringing the arms up to your shoulder or so, and down. And you're welcome to do this sitting down as well. And you can place 2 feet in it. Just make sure that band is secure under your feet. So the elbow, just make sure it stays right by your rib cage. Don't let it come forward or back. Great job. Bring it up and down. And you can always loosen up on that band or tighten up, whatever you need. My band's getting stretched out. Maybe I need a new band. We have 8 seconds left. And then we're going to use our ball behind our back. All right, so if you have a pillow at home or if you have a ball at home, you can grab that, place it. We're going to kind of sit back toward the back of our chair. Place it at about your shoulder blade height or so. And we're just going to place our feet out in front. We're just going to squish that ball into the back of our chair using our abdominals and then release. So press that ball into the back of the chair. Press, 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 and then release. Use your abdominals, so pull those abdominals back, pull, 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 and then release. Using our abdominals here, squeeze and release. Press the ball into the chair. Think about your abdominals working. And then release. And you don't have to hold as long as I am. You can do little mini presses and rest. Okay, we're back to those sit to stand. So you can just place the ball out of the way. Just make sure you're not gonna trip over it. All right, so back to those squats or sit to stand. It can be a mini squat, or we're sitting right down into that chair, standing up to our Y, if that's available to you, or you can just stand up. Sitting down, standing up. Try not to stay too long in that chair. Butt is going back and down, keeping the chest up. Weight is in your heels, unless you're doing that tippy toe. And then your weight kind of goes forward into that Y. Keep on breathing. Great job. Couple more, maybe one. And rest. Okay. Grabbing our band again. So we're just going to place that band under our feet. Heels down, toes, and be pointing down toward the floor. They can be right on the floor too, that's okay. And we're just starting at our knees, pulling to our hips, squeezing our shoulder blades, and then bringing it back to our knees. Keep your core engaged, so try not to arch your back here. Keep on breathing, and try to keep your elbows really close to your body. Don't let them flare out. Keep on breathing. Squeeze your shoulder blades. Squeeze that orange. Squeeze it. Good. 9 more seconds left. We're almost there. You making some good orange juice over there?
I'm starting.
And rest. Okay, if you want to start with the other leg this time, it's those, we're just going to be pressing that leg straight out, giving a little lift, bringing it back in. Depends, and you can do that leg as high as what feels comfortable. It can be low, or you can start here, then it's just a little lift. And we're just doing one leg for now, same leg. So you press it out straight, lift. Woo! Out straight, lift. Really works that quadricep right there. Great job. We're going to work on that. And we're going to switch legs right now. The other leg comes out straight, lift. Come back in. Try to sit up straight in your chair. And that leg doesn't have to be high, remember. You can see kind of how your progress goes over these 12 weeks. We'll try to do this one a few times. There you go, rest. All right, calf raises are next, so we're just standing or sitting. And you're just coming up onto your tippy toes. So feet are about hip width apart, coming up onto your tippy toes and tapping down. And we'll just wait for our whistle. There it is. All right, up onto the tippy toes, come back down. Tippy toes and down. Think about your ankle in line with your big toe. Try to keep your ankles right in line with that big toe. Good, and you can even hold up there for a second if you want to, and then tap down, hold, tap down, hold. Whatever feels good. You're welcome to do this seated as well. You're just coming up onto those tippy toes. Sitting down instead. Good job. One last one here. And rest. Bicep curls are next, so you can grab your band, place it under 1 or 2 feet. Maybe I'll try 2 feet this time. I feel a little stronger. And you can sit down or stand up. Elbows are right beside your rib cage, and that's where they stay. All right, so the hands are coming up toward your shoulders and down. Up toward the shoulders and down. Keep on breathing. Great job. Just keep those elbows right by your side. Try not to let them come forward. And make sure you're breathing. Breathe in and out. Great. And you can always do one and then the other getting too much, you can do right arm and then the left arm. That's always an option. If you're getting tired or do less repetitions, we have 1 more second. Woo. I was at the end of my rope there. All right, good job. We're grabbing that ball. One last time. Place it behind your back. You might need to scooch your butt back a little ways. So just make sure it's up around your shoulder blade level or so. Using your abs, pressing that ball into the chair. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Press again, press, 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 hold, and then release. Use the abs, pull those abs in, press that ball back. Keep breathing, and release. Good, keep breathing. All right, we're gonna press again, press, 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 press. Press 1 little millimeter further, and release. And press again, press that ball into the back of your chair. We're gonna hold it till the whistle, and there's our bell. Perfect, all right. Rest. We are on to our balance portion. All right. So I'm going to switch over to my balance. I was like, really got mathematical this week. All right. So our first exercise, I'd like you to place the chair to your left if you can. So on your left side, so that we are using our right side, we're going to touch the numbers 12, 1, 2, 3 on a clock. So, and what we're going to do is step right on the number, then come back to center each time. Then we're going to step on maybe the next number, and then we'll switch over to our other side after the bell. So we have 15 seconds to prepare. So hopefully your chair is on your left side, and we're going to use our right leg, touch the 12 first. We have 5 seconds. I'll take it. All right, we're going to touch that 12 first. So touch the 12, kind of in a little bit of a lunge, and then come back. Then the 1, then come back. Then the 2, then come back. 3, try not to make that clock too big. Then the 4, you don't want to be able to not get back. 5, and then the 6 is right behind us. Step back and come back forward. All right, now listen to my numbers, and I'm going to call them out quickly. Try to get there as fast as you can. All right, 2. So you got to touch it and come back. 6, touch it and come back. 12, touch it and come back. And there's our bell. So we're going to switch over to the other side. And this time the numbers are going to be 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. All right, so our chair is on our right side, left leg is going to be moving.
You got your math.
All right. What's that?
You learned your math.
I learned my math. I have a clock right there. So. All right, here we go. We're going to go 12, stepping and then coming back. 11, and then 10. I still have to use that clock. 9, and then 8. So we're heading back toward the back here. 7. And then we're going to touch the 6. All right, so now you know where all your numbers are, hopefully, and I will call them out. So try the 9. So touch it and then come back real fast. 6, 11, 12, 11, 9, 7, and rest. Okay, good. Tandem. All right, so we are going to just stand in a tandem stance. So just placing one foot right in front of the other. If that's available to you, you can stagger that stance if you need to, or just put your feet together. That's always an option. So we're just standing here, and then we're going to switch. You can hold that chair if you need to. Maybe place 1 or 2 fingers on it if this is your first time. And then for the more advanced, you might even try to move those arms and see how your balance is. All right, we're going to switch feet, or switch the foot that's in front. You can grab that chair, just hold on, and then switch those feet. And then whatever you're feeling tonight, if you can move those arms. If not, that's okay. You can hold the chair, hold with 1 or 2 fingers. Good, and rest. Okay, one more exercise in this set. We are going to shift our weight side to side. So you're just going to stand, you can place the chair in front of you if you need to. We're just going to stand with your feet about hip width apart or maybe shoulder width and just switching, just shifting our weight side to side. Just shifting weight side to one foot, then to the other foot. One foot to the other foot. And if you feel like it, you can lift the heel. If you want to do that, you can lift the heel on one foot, then the other. You can also try lifting one whole foot off the ground. And you might want to have your chair nearby, just in case. Lifting one foot, then the other. Keep that belly button tucked in. And you're certainly welcome just to stay here with your feet right on the floor, just kind of shifting your weight from one foot to the other foot, seeing how that feels. Good, all right, we're back to the top. We're on that clock. So your chair is hopefully on your left side. If not, just get it to your left side. And then I'm going to call out the numbers this time. Hopefully you know 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And I will call out the numbers and just try to get there as quick as you can. All right, 3, 6, 6, 5, 12, 12, 1, 2, 6. Great job. 3, 4, 2, I think I hit the 1, 6, it's tough, 12, and 12, all right, good job. We're going to do that on the other side, so I'm just switching my chair to the other side, and the numbers will be 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, and 6 this time, and you can have a sip of water whenever you need it. All right, here we go. 9, 12, 11, 9, 6. Keep on breathing. 8, 7, 8, 9, 12, 11. You can do a little lunge if you want to. 10, 10, and 6. And rest. Okay, we are back to that tandem stance. So if you want one foot right in front of the other, or you can stagger them if you need to. So just place, or you can keep them side by side. But this is a balance challenge. So you're welcome to move your arms, or you can stay with your hand on that chair. That's perfectly fine. Try to spread your weight evenly between your 2 feet. And then I'm going to ask skill testing questions. 7 times 3.
21.
Good. Woo! All right, we're switching the leg that's forward. Grab the chair first, then switch your legs. All right, and then take whatever position feels good.
43 by 6.
Pardon?
There's your skill testing question.
My
43
skill testing
divided by
question
6.
is 3, take away 1. All right, good. All right, well, I'm just going to leave the chair on this side. We're just shifting our weight side to side from one foot to the other foot. You can put your chair in front of you if you need to. You can lift that heel if you want, or the whole foot if you want to do that. And definitely if you need that chair, that's okay. And if you don't want to lift the foot, you're just shifting your weight from one foot to the other foot. Try to see how that feels. Shifting the weight all the way to one foot, or almost all the way to the other. Or lifting that heel, or lifting the foot right off the ground. You're just shifting your weight onto one foot, then the other. Great job. sideways over something, or you're stepping off of a curb or something like that, this is going to help. All right, rest. We have about a 40-second break, and then we're going to start a whole new group of exercises, 4 new exercises. All right, so we are going to start with a wall reach. So you can put a wall behind you if you have a wall in your living room or wherever you are. You can stand right beside a wall or in front of the wall, but just don't touch your body on that wall, but stand really close to it. And then we're going to touch the opposite. We're going to take our opposite hand and touch the opposite side of the wall. All right, in different places, different heights. All right, here we go. Left hand touching the right side of the wall at shoulder height. So touch that wall behind you and then come back to center. We're going to use the same hand, touch at about eye height and back to center. And same hand at hip height, back to center. Now your other hand. So we're going to take the right hand, touch at eye height, the wall behind us. Keep your hips and your knees forward. Sorry, I forgot to say that. We're just spinal rotating here. How about down by the hip, touch that wall with your right hand to your left side. Right hand up above the head. And rest. Good. All right. We are going to just place the chair beside us. The leg that's closest to the chair is going to tap forward, middle, then back, then middle. All right, and then I'll give you some variations on how you can progress it a little bit if you want. All right, so the leg that's closest to the chair, tap forward, then tap right beside your other foot, then tap back, then tap right beside your other foot again. So tap forward, middle, then back, then middle. Keep the whole upper body nice and straight. You're not leaning backward or forward. And you can think about your abs working when your leg is coming forward and your glutes working to squeeze to get your leg behind. And then if you want, you can hover that leg just a little bit above the floor. That standing leg is going to support you. Have a slight bend in that knee. Forward and rest. Okay, we're just going to do that on the other side. So I'm just moving my chair. You can turn around if you want to, wherever you are. And then the other side, my other leg now is beside the chair, tapping forward, then middle, then back, then middle. Really think about your glute working when you tap back. Don't arch your back. All right, so we're tapping forward, middle, then back, then middle. That upper body stays still. Your core is really engaged here. Squeeze the glute to get your leg behind. Don't arch your back. And then you can hover that leg. If you feel like it, then your whole weight is kind of being supported by that outside leg. Keep on breathing. Make sure there's a slight bend in that standing leg. And really pull in your belly button to bring your leg forward. Squeeze your glutes as your leg comes back. And you can always keep it right on the floor. And rest. Good. Okay, tandem walk. So I'm just going to place the chair a little bit in front of me, and I'm going to be able to reach it, so I can still reach it, and I'm going to walk by the chair, but make sure you can reach it the whole time. And we're walking on a tightrope, or a line, or a balance beam. Yes, trying to get one foot right in front of the other if you can. You can always stagger those feet if you need to. Coming forward, and then see if you can go backward, and if you can't, you can always turn around and just walk straight again. Just make sure that chair is always within reach, that you can always reach it. I'm just walking by my chair, but it's there in case I need to grab it, in case I lose my balance. Keep on breathing. Great job. And rest. Okay, we're back to the wall reach, so you can place the wall behind you. If you want to go back to the wall, just make sure your butt's not touching it, but it's really close. We're going to start with our right hand touching the left side of the wall. Just make sure your hips don't move, and your knees don't move, and your feet don't move. All right, hips stay forward. You're touching that left side of the wall at about shoulder height, then come back. How about waist height this time? Really bringing out our back here. Back to center, up above the head, touch the wall, and back to center, keeping your hips forward. Eye height, back to center. We're going to switch the arms, so left arm, eye height, back to center, keeping our hips forward, down by the hips, back to center, up above the head, touch the wall, back to center, and rest. Okay, good. Tapping forward, middle, back, and middle. So we have our chair beside us, and it's the leg that's beside the chair. It's going to tap forward, then middle, then back, then middle. All right. And you're welcome to hover that leg if you want to, above the floor. If you're hovering, just make sure that leg has a slight bend. In the standing knee, you want to have a little bit of a bend, and that leg might get tired. You might need to shake it out. Take breaks whenever you need to. Don't feel like you have to do the whole 40 seconds. And you can always keep that foot on the floor, tapping front, middle, then back, then middle. Really pull those abdominals in. And try not to arch the back as that leg goes back. Really squeeze your glute. Squeeze your butt. All right, switching legs here. So just moving the chair to the other side, or maybe you're just turning around. All right, so the other chair should be beside that, or the other leg should be beside the chair, and you're just tapping forward, middle, back, then middle. And you're welcome to hover. And your whole upper body stays nice and still. That standing leg on the outside has a slight bend in it. Core is engaged here. And you're welcome to just keep it on the floor, tapping front, middle, back. Try not to arch your back as that leg goes behind you. I know sometimes we have a tendency to kind of arch the back. No, no, no. Keep that core engaged. And keep on breathing in and out. Good. And rest. Shake that out. I know those hips are feeling it on the outside. We are going to do our tandem walk. So the chair is just a little bit ahead of me, but I'm going to be walking beside that chair, walking by it, one foot right in front of the other. We're walking that line, that tightrope, whatever you want to walk. Or maybe it's two beams, so if your feet are staying a little bit staggered, that's okay. This is still day one. You don't have to feel like you need to be walking that tightrope just yet. And we will turn our head eventually, maybe later. I know, as soon as I turn my head, I get all out of balance. It's very hard to turn your head and try to keep walking that tandem walk. Just make sure that chair is always within reach. And rest. Okay, I think we're through our second set of exercises. We have one more set to go. All right. First exercise. We are just standing on one leg. So just like this, you can have the leg out in front. So it's the leg that's closest to the chair that I would like you to lift. And we are going to start once the bell rings, because it's going to be 40 seconds on one leg. It's going to be a long time. All right, so shake those hips out a little bit. And we're going to get started. All right, lift that leg. So just kind of lifting and holding. Slight bend in the standing leg. And if lifting that leg is too much for you, you can always just kind of tap down and try lifting every once in a while. And while we're here, you can try different hand positions on that chair. You can let go of the chair if you think you have some good balance tonight. You can hold with one hand or two hands, or one finger or two fingers. And we're gonna, let's see how many more seconds. We'll do something different next time. All right, rest. That was a long time to be on one leg, so if you needed breaks, that's perfectly okay. We're gonna do the other side. Whew. All right, we have 8 seconds to prepare. So my other leg is now beside the chair, and I'm gonna lift that leg up. And I'm just standing on that outside leg, slight bend in that knee, and you can hold with your whole hand on that chair. You can try 1 or 2 fingers, or you can maybe let go for a second or 2. Know that that chair is always there. You're always welcome to set that leg down if you need to tap down, and then lift whenever you're ready again. Take some nice deep breaths in and out. Keep that core engaged. We're almost there. And rest. Good job. Hip hinge is next. So with this hip hinge, the important thing is you think about your chest going forward as your butt goes back. So your back stays nice and flat the whole time. Like if I had a rod touching the back of your head and your butt, that rod wouldn't move. So we're just hinging over, just sliding those arms or the hands down, and then coming back up, squeezing the glutes. So we're sliding our hands down to maybe our knees, maybe a little bit further. As soon as you feel that stretch, come back up in the back of your legs. So sliding the legs down. My feet are about shoulder width apart right now. Whatever feels comfortable. So think about your chest coming forward as your butt goes back. Then squeeze your glutes to come back up. This is really a glute exercise. Your butt is working here, squeezing. Keep your back nice and flat and rest. There's our bell. Okay. High knees are next, so we're just lifting our knees. You can hold the chair. And then I've got some options for you as we go along. So take a nice deep breath in and out, and we're just gonna lift our knees. And you're welcome to hold the chair the whole time. And now if you're okay, if you can do this without holding the chair, you can also try punching up in the air, opposite hand, opposite leg. And if that's not comfortable, go back to this. Just hold that chair, that's okay. You can also try same arm, same leg. That'll put you a little more off balance. Really engage your core. Make sure you're really holding your belly button in to stabilize yourself. And rest. Okay, one more time through. Shake that out a little bit. We're standing on one leg again. Here we go. All right, shake it out. Remember, you're always welcome to take breaks. I know it's a long time. It's 40 whole seconds on one leg. All right, so we're gonna, that leg that's closest to the chair, lift. And we're holding. Placing that hand on the chair, or you can try letting go of the chair. Make sure you have a slight bend in your standing leg. Now I'm gonna get you just a point and flex. Point your toe and flex. So you're kind of pointing that toe and then you're pulling it up toward yourself, your face. Point and flex. You can do some circles, one direction, woo. Trying to hold that balance. You can set your foot down whenever you need to, other direction, circles, and rest. Okay, other leg, woo. It's really working that quadricep just to hold the leg up too. So we're working the outside of the body and the leg that's being lifted. All right, we have 6 seconds.
Feel it in here.
Feeling it in there too, yeah? Your outside of your body is gonna hold you up, that's right, that's good. All right, so lifting that leg that's closest to the chair, it's the other leg this time. And then you can play with your hand position on the chair, whatever feels comfortable. Slight bend in that standing leg, the outside leg. And then you can go ahead and try pointing and flexing your foot. Point and flex, point and flex. And then we'll do some circles, big, big, big circles with our ankle. Remember, you can set down that leg whenever you need to, other direction, so big circles in the other direction. And rest, good. All right, hip hinge is next. So just remember, it's not really about how far you can go down, it's more about keeping your back nice and flat. and your chest is going forward as your butt goes back. And then once you feel a stretch in the back of your legs, squeeze your glutes to come back up. All right, so sliding those arms or hands down your front of your body, and then squeezing to come back up. Squeeze your glutes. We'll have to try this one with a band one of these days. We'll add a little bit of resistance. Keep on breathing. Keep that back nice and flat, so if you have a rod against your back, touching your head all the way to your butt, then that rod should not come off. Should not come off your head or your back. It should also touch the middle of your back or kind of that upper back. And rest. All right, one more exercise is left. High knees. So just lifting those knees as high as what's comfortable. It doesn't have to be really high, whatever is your level right now. It could be just, maybe you're just here. That's perfectly fine. You can hold the chair if you need to. All right, there's our whistle. We'll get started with these high knees. Really make sure your core is engaged here. And if you're okay with letting go of the chair, you're welcome to try some different hand movements or punching up above the head. If that's not comfortable, you can punch forward. This might bring your heart rate up a little bit. Keep on breathing in and out. You can do opposite arm, opposite leg if you want, or same arm, same leg. Reaching up to the sky. Great job. And rest. All right, great job, everyone. We got through our balance and our muscular endurance part. We are going to sit down in our chair and do a little bit of stretching. All right, so we're going to sit at the edge of the chair here. You might want to take a little sip of water. All right, and for anyone who can't cross their leg over, remember you can always stand up and just keep your legs together like this and just stretch up and then over. That's an option, but if you can cross your leg, I'm going to get you to sit down, cross your leg either at your ankle, let your outside leg fall out, or if you can get it up onto your thigh, you're gonna feel an outside stretch. So it's either here at your ankle, just letting that leg fall outward, or it's up on your thigh. Kind of flex that foot, so point the toe toward the knee. Great job. Hopefully you're feeling that stretch in the outer side of your body. We work that a lot during those balance exercises. Nice deep breath in and out. Good. All right, we're going to do the other side. So if you were standing, you're just going to stretch the other side, keeping your feet together. But if you're able to cross that leg over, then you can cross here, either at their ankle. Just let that outside leg, the other leg fall open, or you're coming right up onto your thigh again. Oh, this is a different leg for me. A little less flexible. Keep on breathing. Feel that nice stretch on the outside of your hip area. This really helps with hip mobility. Yeah. We don't want to lose that as we get older. We want to keep our hip mobility. It's what helps us walk down the street properly and be able to keep ourselves upright. One more breath in and out. Good, we'll set that leg back down, and then I'm just going to get you to shift, just turn sideways in your chair. You can hold the back of your chair if you want to here. And then one butt cheek is going to be on, one butt cheek is off, and then you're going to slide that leg back. And you should feel a nice stretch. You can tuck your hips under just slightly here. Feel a nice stretch in the front of your thigh, up into the hip flexor. Yeah.
You don't feel it in the water.
Oh, you don't feel that in the water? Some of you are aquasized. Yes, true. This is a really good one. If your back gives you any problem, it's funny. The front of our bodies sometimes need to be stretched out. And the back of our bodies as well. All right, we're going to bring that leg back in, make our way to the other side, face the other wall, and then then the other butt cheek is off, one is on, slide that leg back. Tuck your hips under slightly, feel that nice stretch in the front of your thigh. Take a nice deep breath in and out. One more deep breath in, and then blow out through a straw. Pretend you're blowing out through a tiny straw.
Blowing up the balloon again.
Blowing up that balloon. And bring that leg in. Good. Good job. All right, we're sitting at the edge of our chair. Just straighten one leg so the heel is down, toe is up. Hands are on your bent knee here. And we're just going to hinge from our hips, bring our chest forward. Feel a nice stretch down the back of your leg, that straight leg. And don't go to the point of pain, just kind of a nice gentle stretch. And keep your head in line with your spine. Once you kind of know the stretch, I know sometimes you have to look up at me for a second to see what you're doing, but once you know what you're doing, one more breath here. Good, bring that leg in. We're gonna straighten the other leg, so heel is down, toe is up, hands on your bent knee, chest comes forward, hinging from your hips here until you feel a stretch down the back of your leg, and just hold that stretch. And keep breathing in and out. Take a nice deep breath in. Try to fill your lungs right to the bottom, and then blow out through that straw. One more deep breath in and out. Good, and we'll bring that leg in, and then just bring your arms out to the side. We're going to open up the chest area and our biceps, wiggle the fingers. Press the hands toward the back of the room a little bit here. You want to keep your core still engaged, so don't arch your back, just kind of press the arms back. Good. And then I'm going to get you to clasp your fingers in the front. You can either keep your hand like this, or you can press away. You can press your palms away. Whatever feels good on your fingers and wrists. And just open up your back a little bit. Feel that nice stretch in between your shoulder blades. Keep on breathing. And hands come down. We're just going to bring one arm out in front and across the body, pulling that arm in toward your body, and shoulders are down under here. Good. And you can either pull below your elbow or above, whatever feels comfortable. Stretching out that shoulder. And bring our hands down by our sides again. Other arm comes forward, across the body, and then the other arm kind of pulls that arm in toward you. Ooh, I just felt a little pop. Oops. It was a nice pop. It wasn't a bad pop. Shoulder stays down, out of your ear. Nice deep breath in and out. And bring those arms down by your side, and then one ear to one shoulder. Just keep your shoulders down. You can cradle your head in your hand if you need to. And then you're just going to bring your chin down on that same side. Your eye gaze will go down toward the floor. A little bit deeper stretch into the back of your neck. And then slowly make your head back, or make your way back up to neutral. And reset your shoulders, keeping them down, other ear to other shoulder. Cradling your head in your hand if you need to. I found out our brain weighs about 3